When Jews from Yemen immigrated to Israel, there was a big issue about their side locks being cut off. This was probably a big correction in the eyes of the Zionists. Maybe. My grandfather, till his last day, wore side locks, and the Yemenians call the side locks simonim, which means signs. And because this is how I grew up, then to me it seems natural. But I remember that this friend of mine came to visit me from abroad, and when he saw my grandfather, it was like traveling back in time, like 500 years ago in Yemen. And this is also how they lived here in Israel. And he asked me, and I didn't exactly know what to tell him. So this is my first question. For generations, also in Europe and other places, Jews left sideburns, side locks. It says about it in the Torah. And I see that there's a lot going on around a person's hair. And you have here the hair and the signs, and what does it symbolize? And also to add to that, there's also the beard, meaning around this box that's managing us called the head, there's hair, and you have very clear instructions. Here you have the beard, here you have the hair, the side locks, this, that, this entire thing. What is it? It's called the 13 corrections of the Dikna. And in Hebrew, this is in Aramaic. The 13 corrections of the beard. Which means what? It means that from the head, the light comes down to the body. The light, meaning this is how the upper force comes down from a higher degree to a lower degree. And this is symbolized by the rosh, the head, and there are the side locks or the sideburns that come down from the head, being the main thing. It's the highest sign of the light coming from the head downwards. Afterwards you have these parts, and then these parts, the safam, mustache, the ulcha, here and here. You have a place empty of hair, you have the shibolet of the zakan, and the beard itself, with its upper part and its lower part. And all of these are signs that this is how a person's built. And all of this symbolizes the upper system that is governing our world. That from the head, which is the upper thought, the thought of creation, the plan of creation, the purpose of creation, that from there come down orders. Orders come down to us by 13 passages, which are called the 13 corrections of the Dikna. That means that this entire external appearance symbolizes 13 laws that come from the upper nature, from above down. That if we want to become like them, then we have to remember them. And therefore, in our physical appearance in this world, we have to be like the relations between these forces that come from above and that clothe in us and that operate us. And what is this special force that exists around the peot, the side locks? It's how the gar de chokhmah comes down from the rosh of Arichanpin. What do you mean? Doesn't matter. In the Torah it says that you shouldn't cut off your side locks. Something like that. What does that symbolize? That those passages of the chokhmah, literally meaning wisdom, it's forbidden for us to stop them, to cut them off, because without that we'll dry out. What do you mean? That we won't be operated from above. A person needn't simply walk around with side locks, but he has to correct his side locks, his peot. It's an inner correction that connects with the upper mind. The inner correction of the peot, of the side locks, what does that mean? A Jewish person on the street, he doesn't know about these things. Okay, this is why we're asking you. It means that we have to resemble the upper, the Creator. Like, make your desire like His, make your thought like His. In mind and heart, we have to become like the upper. And this is how a person comes to realize what he was created for. Repent, O people of Israel, up to the Creator your God, as it says. Okay, I understand that these are very deep matters, and this is why I'm not getting into it, because we'll only get confused. I'm a nudnik. I'll ask anyway. What you can explain, great. What you can't, I respect that. You said 13 passages of wisdom, of chokhmah, and you also talked about an upper system that's controlling us, and from it come down orders to us through the 13 netivot of chokhmah, 13 passages of chokhmah.